If you're asking yourself, how do I rank these programs where I interviewed at this season in my rank order list, then this video is for you. What's up, guys? My name is Dr. Safo Asante. I'm the successful IMG, successful because I matched and I'm here so that you can as well. I release videos every Thursday on things that will help you along your journey to become a working doctor, an attendant. So things that should help you all the way from elementary school to high school, through college to medical school, and then matching into residency. Because matching into residency and finishing residency is the hump that you need to get across so that you can practice in the US. So if you're interested in any of these videos or you think these videos will help you, make sure that you subscribe, you hit the like button, you comment, and if you don't like the video, make sure you hit the like button and you comment. I'm kidding. If you like the video, hit the like button and the notification bell so that anytime I release a video, you will know. This season has been insane. So much change because of COVID-19. Who would have known? All right. The time schedule changed. They suspended the Step 2 CS, eventually canceling the Step 2 CS to be replaced by another exam called the OET exam, which is just a reading and writing exam that you have to do to show English proficiency. Interviews are now virtual, whereas back in the days, there were no virtual interviews and you were going to places in person. The only times you did virtual interview was during the SOAP. And even during the SOAP, after the virtual interview, they would want you to come to the place so that you can experience the program environment and residents and the faculty, and so that they can experience you, so that you both can make your decision. You guys have worked hard to get to this stage. You did your clinicals, you prepared an appropriate application, you prepared for your interviews, you did your interviews, and now you're on the final stretch. And now you're supposed to create a rank order list. And after that, you just sit back and you wait, and hopefully you end up matching where you want to go. Before I get into the 5 criteria that I used to help me rank the programs where I interviewed, I want to mention 2 important points. Don't skip these points. These points are very important. 2 important points. Point number 1. It doesn't matter overall where you end up, so long as you match. The most important thing is to match. Okay? Of course, you're shooting to end up in a place where you want to go, but the most important thing is to match. If you match at a place which was one of your least favorite, it's fine. Residency is short, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, depending on the specialty. And then you're gonna be done, and you can practice any way you want. Having your medical degree, finishing residency, opens up multiple doors for you, so you don't have to worry about where you go and do residency. Just hang it in, finish it, if you end up matching a place where you don't wanna go. So that's number 1. Number 2, when you're creating a rank order list, make sure that you are not picking a place based on where you think they would rank you. It's not about where you think they would rank you, it's about where you want to go. The match was created to benefit the applicants. I'm not really going to go into detail about how the match works, but suffice it to say, so long as there's an offer for you on the table and you've ranked the program, it doesn't matter if you rank the program last, you rank the program first, you will still end up matching, so long as there's an offer for you. If you're interested in learning more about the match, I wrote a blog post. This was all the way back when I used to write blog posts intermittently, and I'll put the link down below. You can take a look at the blog post if you're interested in that. Very important. Rank your programs in terms of where you want to go, where you would be happy to go to, not in terms of which program you think will select you. So without further ado, let's go right into the 5 criteria. The first criteria is location. The first criteria that I looked at, location. When you're talking about location, you're talking about things that would make you happy about the location. Does your family live there, right? Do you have friends there? Do you prefer to live in the city versus in the rural area? The people in that neighborhood, nice for you. For me, based on the location, I knew that I wanted to be in either New York or Maryland, and I ended up in New York. There was one particular place where I interviewed, and I was speaking to one of the people, one of the residents that were there, and they told me that the people in that neighborhood are extremely racist. For some of you, it doesn't really make a big deal, but for me it is. I don't want to have to deal with those things when I go to work. I'm extremely tired after being at work for so long, and then I come home, I just go to a shop and I have to deal with some nonsense because of some ignorant person. I didn't want to deal with that, so I did not rank them. I ranked that program, but I ranked them last. If I ended up at that program because all the places that I wanted to go to beforehand did not pick me, fine, I would have gone there, I would have sucked it up, finished my residency, and depending on whether I liked the place after being there or not, I would have either stayed or moved along. Okay, so location is important. At least for me, it was important. So I used the first criteria that I used was location. These criteria that I'm giving you are not in order of importance. All of them are important equally. I'm just giving them to you individually. Okay, so the first one was location. The second one is the mental state of the residents. Me, if you watch my videos, you can kind of tell that I'm a relaxed kind of person. I don't like a lot of stress. I deal with stress pretty well, but I don't like unnecessary stress if I don't have to. I don't like toxic environments. It was a little bit easier to pick up on this during the time that I was interviewing because I was able to go to programs and actually face the residents, face the faculty, walk around the place, notice the way other doctors are in that area, the people that work there. But for you guys, you had to do it through the computer screen. By interacting with people over the computer screen, you can kind of get a feeling for whether they look miserable. You know, it's okay to be tired. Residency is extremely difficult and it's hard work irregardless. So you're going to be exhausted. So if the person looks tired in and of itself, that's not a bad thing. But if the person looks miserable, that's a different case. Okay. So I didn't want to be in a place where people were miserable. There's some places where I interviewed and I noticed where just by walking into the program, you just get a sense of heaviness, you know. I didn't want to really go to those kinds of places, so I ranked them towards the end. 3, the relationship between the different residents. You're going to be working with these residents for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, whatever, 7 years, depending on the residency or specialty that you're going into. You want to have nice interactions. You don't want to be dealing with extra stress in addition to the things you have to deal with when you're in residency. Good fellow residents, people that get along well together is important. For us, it was a little bit easier because we got to go out to dinner with them. You guys had to do this stuff over the virtual interviews. Hopefully you use the virtual interviews that you got and like the virtual like meetups with the residents to the best of your ability to actually kind of get a feel for what the residents are like and whether they get along with each other. But for the most part, residents get along with each other in most programs. Even like all the ones that I interviewed at, the residents got along decently. But the program where I felt like the residents got along the best was the program where I ended up. And then number 4 is the relationship between the residents and the faculty. Okay, you're going to be learning from these faculty and then also consultants as well. You're going to want there to be a nice open relationship between the faculty and the residents. And you for us, it was easy. It was decent to pick up because we got to face the faculty in interviews, and you can kind of engage at their mannerisms and how they approach you as a person. And then you could also speak to the residents and kind of see their reactions when you ask them certain questions about the faculty. and you kind of get a feel for it. You guys had the virtual interviews, but still, you do the best that you can. You still spoke to the faculty and the program director on virtual interviews, and you also spoke to the residents as well. You try to use that to kind of get a feel for the relationship between the faculty and the residents. Okay, so that was number 4 for me. So number 5 was education. Okay, so I wanted a place where I could grow as to be the kind of physician that I needed to be, right? Because residency is a very formative stage, and it's supposed to build you into the kind of physician that practices evidence-based medicine in a way that best serves his or her patients in the right way. Okay, and for me, I wanted a place that was unopposed. That was 1. I wanted a place which had a decent faculty to resident ratio. That was 2. I didn't so much care about university programs versus non-university programs. To be honest, I don't like research, so I didn't want to go to those university programs. And then 2, while I love to teach, I don't want to be a faculty in residency program. At least I don't see that in my immediate future. Maybe in down the line I might think about it, but at the moment, no. So university programs are for me. But for you, maybe you want to do research, right? For you, maybe you want to be published. You want to be at the forefront of academia. So university program is good for you. For you, maybe you want to do a fellowship, and the program that there's one program that has a fellowship program that selects residents in that program to come be fellowships in the same hospital. For you, maybe that program is best for you. For me, I didn't so much care about a fellowship, so that really didn't play a role in it. So all in all, these 5 criteria are what I used together to pick the place where I went to. Use these 5 criteria to your benefit. If not all of them, pick the things that you feel are important to you, and then use that to create your rank order list. And remember, create a rank order list in order of preference. Don't worry about if you think the program is the one that's most likely to rank you. The only thing that you have to do to make sure that you don't miss out on a match is to rank every program that you interviewed at. Okay? When I was applying, I didn't have any issues ranking all the programs. I'm not sure if there's like a limitation if you have like let's say like 30 interviews whether you can rank them all. I haven't looked into that myself. But no matter what it is, rank in order of preference, and if there's a limit, at least include some of the programs that you know for sure will rank you. Alright guys, so that's the end of the video. I hope that you guys gained something beneficial from this video, and hopefully this video will help you create the kind of list that will make you a happy resident. Make sure you hit the like button, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell. This way, anytime I release a video, you will know. Let me know which places that you guys are ranking, and how you're ranking them, whatever. If you have any questions, just put them down below. Okay guys, it was an absolute pleasure as always, and I'll see you next week, Thursday. Dr. Safwa Asante out.